We're ready, sir.
Mani sir?
Yes, sir. Rajesh sir, start பண்ணுங்க.
Please, sir. Good morning to one and all. I am Dr. K. Rajesh Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Physical Education, Tamil Nadu Physical Education and Sports University. Most respected Vice Chancellor Madam, respected Registrar Madam, distinguished resource person, respected Head of the Department, and faculty members and participants, very good morning to one and all present over here for the inaugural function of the online faculty development program, promoting excellence in physical education and sports, post-lockdown COVID-19 and innovative and professional approach. I wish to start the inaugural function with the prayer. Tamil Thai Valthu.
Rajesh sir, let us silent prayer.
Yes, we can go for silent prayer. Thank you. I am very happy to invite Dr. S. Manigandan, the young and energetic person, Professor and Head, Department of Physical Education, and Organizing Secretary of this Faculty Development Program, to welcome this gathering. Please, sir.
Thank you, Rajesh sir. A very good morning to one and all gathered here. It's my immense pleasure and privilege to welcome this auspicious occasion of inaugural session of the one-week faculty development program on promoting excellence in physical education and sports post-lockdown and integrated and professional approach. So, on behalf of the Department of Physical Education, first of all, I would like to welcome most respected Honorable Vice Chancellor of our university, Dr. Sheila Stephen, Madam. We wholeheartedly welcome you, Madam, for readily accepting our invitation and give the inaugural address. Then I would like to welcome our resource person and dynamic personality in the field of physical education and beloved, respected our resource person, Professor R. Thirumalachami sir, first Vice Chancellor of our university. So on behalf of the Department of Physical Education and the organizing committee, I wholeheartedly welcome you, sir. I do welcome all the faculty members from various institutions and our university staff members and my dear participants. In this occasion, I wholeheartedly welcome you all. I do welcome all the resource persons and senior professors and faculties and my dear students. Once again, I welcome you all in this fine occasion. And also, I would like to express my sincere thanks to our Vice Chancellor, Madam, for granting permission to organize this kind of program in our department. So once again, I thank you, Madam. Thank you, sir. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. The woman of excellence and innovation, the dynamic leader with joy and dedication towards the field of physical education, she is one another than our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Madam, Dr. Sheila Stephen. On behalf of the organizing committee, I have the pleasure to request Madam to give the inaugural address. Please, Madam.
Thank you, Dr. Rajesh. And I'm really fortunate to be part of the FDP organized by the Department of Physical Education of our university. I'm so glad Dr. S. Manigandan has taken a great effort to bring in lots of resource persons, the speakers, and to organize this program. I'm extremely happy to see around 232 participants in this forum. I think it will be really useful to all of you. And the title goes like this: Excellence in Physical Education. And we are going to plan for the innovation and the professional assistance for this specific approach. Dear friends, we all know the entire higher education landscape has to be becoming challenging. because of the barrier posed over COVID-19. So we are facing lots of challenges, and there are different approaches in which we'll be able to be successful in taking up the programs in physical education also. So the education system has to be redefined slightly and reinvented slightly to meet with the challenges which has been posted because of the barriers over COVID-19. And there are two basic things we need to always remember: the accessibility to physical education and then the availability. Accessibility is nothing but the physical educationists have their own practical oriented programs. How are we making our students to be accessible to the program? Are we going to have it online? Will it be successful? Will it be possible? Whether we will be able to evaluate the individual online, all those things are slightly questionable. And about the availability of resources, we have very resourceful persons, and we all know there is a large population, say around 37.4 million people are enrolled for higher education in India. 37.4 million total enrollment for higher education. There are nearly 51,000 institutions, higher education institutions. And there are around 933 universities. And after all, there are around 400 universities at the rural area. And one term we always should understand: there's a vast digital divide. There's a digital divide between those who are in the urban area and those who are in the rural area. So, but our students, our beloved students, are mostly from the rural areas, and so we need to think of their future. There are lots of alternatives. We call it as a flipped classrooms. One of the methods we can use as a best approach to our profession is the flipped classroom. Flipped, F-L-I-P-P-E-D. What exactly is flipped classroom? Flipped classroom is partially online and partially offline. All those theories could be taken in the online, and whenever we meet, and the practical things could happen. So as I told you, the entire landscaping needs to be remodeled considering the students' availability. So most of the students do not have the infrastructural facilities, and there are lots of limitations. And we as teachers have lots of restrictions in the pedagogy. So the pedagogy is more important when it comes for teaching and learning. There should be alternate planning. So in this FDP, our professional colleagues, starting from Dr. Manikandan, I'm also so happy that you have nice speakers, all of them mostly having more than 40 years of experience in physical education. I should appreciate Dr. Manikandan, the leader of this FDP, and all the fact, my beloved professional colleagues. I'm so happy about, I'm also very proud of my teachers. I could see a few of them in the screen. I'm so happy to see all the faculty members who are jointly helping Dr. Manikandan to have a very successful program. We have with us Dr. Tirumali Sami, also the founder VC. He's a very great, important person who founded the university with great difficulty. I can understand how much it could have been difficult to start a new university specifically for sports. So this FDP is going to be very useful. So I think this FDP will help us to understand the population. Population, I mean, it's the students. The students are at present emotionally distressed. So we need to identify them. There are various categories of students. There are self-motivated students with proper infrastructural facilities. And there are self-motivated students who do not have proper infrastructural facilities. And we have students with average interest And also we have students with low interest to get into these online type of programs. So there are two basic things we need to concentrate. One is the planning and another one is learning. So planning, as I told you, there are different approaches. That's what you are going to discuss in this FTP. And as we have challenges, we are also going to discuss the challenges. And my advice could be there should be proper learning management system, LMS. So LMS is one of the pedagogical strategy when it comes for even it is important for NAC. The learning management system is important. For that, we need to do three important things. One is you have to customize the content. What is customizing? Based on the infrastructure facilities we have. As I told you, there's a lots of digital divide between the rural and urban population. So the content should be digitalized and customized. And second one is you need to use the creative means of choosing proper pedagogy. And the third one is, the final one is the delivery mechanism. How are we going to deliver the thought in you, the innovative process? So the title also goes like that. We are going for excellence in physical education through innovation so that our profession will grow strong and strong. With these words, once again, I welcome Dr. Thirumalai Swami also. I'm unable to see him on the screen. Probably I'll scroll up and see him because he is the first resource person, I understand. So thank you very much for, I'm nice to see you, sir. Good morning. As a teacher, I give your salutation to you and nice seeing you, sir. So with these words, I'm happy to inaugurate this national webinar on FDP organized by the Department of Physical Education, headed by Dr. S. Manigandan. God bless you. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, for your inaugural address. Thank you so much. I'm very happy to invite Dr. I. Lily Pushpa, madam, coordinator of this FDP program, to introduce our first resource person. Madam, please.
Madam,
Please unmute, ma'am.
Unmute பண்ணிட்டு start பண்ணுங்க.
ACS Mr. Apurva Variable YW NSTP. Yes. Yes.
Okay, madam.
Okay, madam.
Very good morning to all. I'm very much pleased and honored to introduce Dr. R. Thirumalai Swami to the participants of this faculty development program organized by Department of Physical Education, Tamil Nadu Physical Education and Sports University. He served as a first Vice Chancellor and a founder of Tamil Nadu Physical Education and Sports University during 2005 and 8. He made a commendable efforts to put the university on the right track and path. He has produced so many international athletes. In this, one of our university athlete, Miss Leelavati, got gold medal in 100 meters hurdles in international competitions in 2007. Further, he organized 7 All India Inter-University tournaments and 6 South Zone Inter-University as a tournament. He served in Alagappa University as a professor, conducted 10 international, 36 national conferences and seminars. Dr. Thirumalai Swami sir produced that he is one of the proved that he is one of the star in the sport, made a record in 10 kilometers marathon race held at Lakshmi Bai National College of Physical Education, Gwalior in 1974, and a silver medalist in 1500 meters run in Tamil Nadu Open Athletic Meet held at Madurai in 1975. Further, as a researcher, he has published 9 books produced 86 PhD scholars, so many journals, national, international also, and hidden 6 minor and 10 major projects. He served as a member of UGC, AIU, ICSSR, and NAC for various process. At present, he is the President of India Association of Sports, Technology, Management, and Allied Sciences. Let us have the multidisciplinary personality for this session. We welcome you, sir. Now over to Dr. Thirumalai Kumar, sir. Thirumalai Chami, sir. Sorry. We welcome you, sir.
Sir, unmute பண்ணிக்கோங்க சார். சார் unmute பண்ணிக்கோங்க.
Thank you, madam. Now it is. Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Now it is the time to listen to the resourceful speech from Professor Dr. R. Thirumalai Sami. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Respected Dr. Sheila Stephen, the Vice Chancellor of Tamil Nadu Physical Education and Sports University, Chennai. Respected Dr. V. Gobinath, the Registrar of Tamil Nadu Physical Education and Sports University. Dear Dr. Manikandan, the Coordinator, the Organizing Secretary of this webinar. Dear Professors and teaching and non-teaching staff of Tamil Nadu Physical Education and Sports University, and distinguished speakers for the 7 days, young and energetic students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. I deem it a great privilege this fine morning on the occasion of the 1-week Faculty Development Program 2021 on promoting excellence in physical education and sports post-lockdown and innovative and professional approach organized by the Department of Physical Education of Tamil Nadu Physical Education and Sports University, Chennai. It is very great to organize such a webinar to prepare the top sports persons as well as the teachers of tomorrow to meet the challenges in the global arena and bring laurels to our country. I am sure that such a webinar will help to prepare the teachers, best teachers and best coaches to perform the persons of tomorrow, to spot out and nurture the talents in youth and make them great sports persons with the support of the Tamil Nadu Physical Education and Sports University and the central and state governments. Founded by the great visionary Dr. J. Jayalalitha, the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu Physical Education, Tamil Nadu. The Tamil Nadu Physical Education and Sports University was established in an excellent manner in the year 2005. It is the first state university, state government university in physical education and sports in India, being unique and first of its kind in the country and overseeing by the former chief ministers and the chief secretary, particularly Mr. Sripati. I took all the efforts in making Tamil Nadu Physical Education and Sports University as a model university in India by providing administrative, academic, research, and other facilities in par with international standard. And also got 125 acres of land from government of Tamil Nadu for permanent campus at Melakottayur, Vandalur, Chennai. And also I could able to get approval from the Tamil Nadu government to appoint 45 teaching staff and 35 non-teaching staff, and many of them were appointed in an excellent manner. Coming to my topic, which I am going to speak, the first topic in which I am going to talk is excellence in sports performance. Education and innovation are the basic desiderata of any nation aspiring for progress. Innovation is made more meaningful and accepted only when it is based on research finding. 21st century is designed as a knowledge century. Everyone should realize that the knowledge is the fulfillment of the human life. Knowledge is easily available to anyone who decides it. Information technology has revolutionized the entire system of learning. To achieve excellence in any field, even minute details are significant and contributory. Education is incomplete if you do not endow the public with a purpose. Enfranchisement of the mind, freedom from prejudice, and fantasy and courage are essential for the complete development of the younger generations. Dr. Abdul Kalam, the former President of India, he has said, President in his vision 2020, he has envisaged the total upliftment of the society can be obtained, development can be accomplished only through equal opportunities in all walks of life in the post-campus period. Hence, it is indispensable that every campus curriculum meets the requirement to create ideal citizens for the future of our country. Our beloved former president, in his vision, has initiated the academicians to design the perfect curriculum that will enable the students to attain excellence and scale new heights in life. An ideal curriculum, therefore, should accommodate all the sciences. Physical education in its true form plays an integral role in the total education process that mentally, socially, emotionally, and spiritually fit and aware. Dr. Abdul Kalam also said, India has been trying hard to win laurels at the international level without being able to reflect its vast manpower in terms of medal and trophies. Resources are plenty, so are the talent not seen forthcoming. Lack of awareness and efforts for developing modern infrastructure are only two of the reasons. But the basic and main reason behind our poor show is the absence of well-integrated approach to develop in our youth the much needed physical fitness and stamina, along and physical education and fitness represents the milk out of which is churned out the cream called sports talent and skills. The following are the suggestions given by the Honorable Mr. Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, that are as follows. Mr. Narendra Modi, he has mentioned the 10 task force for winning medals in the world competition. And he said long-term plan should be provided to the athletes to win medals in the next 3 Olympic Games to be held in and 2029. Hence, can do to push up competition to be held in 2021, 2025, and 2029 that are as follows. This is what said by Mr. Narendra Modi. First point what he said is catch them young and teach them right is the first point he said. In 2019, Honorable Narendra Modi, who was then the Chief Minister of Gujarat, said during Olympic, people often say, despite its huge size, we don't get medals. Have we linked sports with our education system? Did we give enough opportunity to our youth? The hunt for talent in the school will help identify the talents. This is what he said. In simple, if you want to say, if you want to select the top sportsman, it's not done as far as this is not done mostly by Indian people in the younger age. This should be talent identification should be done in the very young age, that is to find out the talent identification. If you give the training, it will not help to achieve the talents in the international level. This is what he said. Second point, ensuing the continuity in training and planning of calendar. Long gaps in training and coach training schedule needs to be formalized. These should include training in India and abroad. High altitude training, coaching, and in a year. This way, continuity of the training can be ensured. The third point, dietary supplements. We know very well, in sports and games is concerned, the food which we take, that should be dietary supplements. Dietary requirements, including food supplements, should be provided under the supervision of the experienced nutritionists and sports doctors. This must be done very, very important, because what all you do the training, it will not only help for the improvement of your performance. Also, you should need the specific training for a specific game. Unless we provide this specific food for the specific game, it is not possible to win the international level competitions. And fourth one, support of sports specialist doctors. Competent doctors with specialization in sports science, physiologists and physiotherapists and massage, sports analysis, yoga instructors, psychologists, depending upon the sports discipline, should be made available to elite athletes. This is what I want to say. In physical education, The sports doctor, a doctor should be not only an MBBS doctor, but able to get more injuries in various sports and games when you are playing. And that is the reason when I was a VC there, I have appointed not only a MBBS doctor, but also he is a D. Artho, a man, and he is very much helpful to the Tamil Nadu Physical Education University in this way. And fourth one, and fifth one, advanced equipment. The soil centers need to be strengthened in terms of accommodation, training, infrastructure, and facilities. Sports science, backup equipments, performance monitoring equipment. Just the soil, now giving training, but it is also to be modified to several levels. This is what Dr. Narendra Modi, he has mentioned what are the talents, latest talents should be brought to our students in an excellent way. He has mentioned in an excellent way. That I will talk very detailed manner in later. And another one, sixth one, engagement of top level foreign coaches. We are giving a training from Indian coaches only. This is also Narendra Modi, he has suggested at least few of the foreign coaches, that too only the leading countries like USA or Australia or London. So these area coaches also should be brought to India and give the training to the students who are participating in sports and games. This is what he said in an excellent manner. Seventh one, improve skills at techniques of homebred coaches. Indian coaches should be sent or advanced level coaching abroad so that they can come on par with the foreign coaches. The Indian coaches also should be sent to foreign, and they have to get training, lot of experiences, and they have to come back to India and give a training to our students. And that is the only possibility to create the talent students to India. And eighth one, curbing doping. I need not say anything much about this. You know very well. Doping, how it is very bad for achieving high level experience, high level performance in various sports and games. So unless we avoid this doping among our students and participants, not only that, even our own staff, it is very difficult to get lot of winners from India to participate in the international competition. In short, I would like to say, to keep doping in check, samples of athletes should be taken at check on a regular basis in these training centers. Seminars should be conducted frequently to familiarize them with the rules and regulations and to educate them about the harmful effects of doping. Ninth point, monitoring system to assess the impact of important. He said, Dr. Narendra Modi said, a web-based monitoring system needs to be developed to monitor the progress in performance level of elite athletes. For each discipline, a set of monitoring parameters need to be developed, and progress of each athlete with respect to these parameters should be recorded on a regular basis. The system will link the training centers to a central monitoring system. Next one, 10th one, the test events of international level. they should be organized in each discipline before major events. This will not just test the newly created facilities, but also enable. This is what enable the persons to win the medals. What is that? This should be organized. Each discipline should be in a major events. Major events. When I want to say major events, you have to conduct in India for several times before the competition, before the international competition. Also, they have to be sent in the place where the international competition is conducted before the competition, and also they have to participate in various levels of competition, and then only it is possible to win the international level competitions in various sports and games. And the next one, physical education may be made as a compulsory subject at primary, secondary, and higher secondary levels of education. This is my vision when I was a vice chancellor of Tamil Nadu Physical Education University. This is what I have given a recommendation to the Tamil Nadu government. And what is that I want to say? Physical education may be made as a higher secondary levels of education, and adequate qualified teachers are to be, and make it a subject for examination. The college and university should offer physical education as an elective subject to the students who have aptitude and standards in this subject. Further, BSc in physical education and yoga in physical education also should be started in all the arts and science colleges in India. And also, physical education should be made as an important thing in various aspects, not only to the students, but also to the public. And 12th point, universities are the resources for producing potential sports persons. The university should establish center of excellence in selected sports discipline at the university. This is what I want to say. Every university, there should be center of excellence, at least in one best game of that particular university. If it is possible in all the game, or at least one game or sports, if the university should have the center of excellence, that is the only possibility to produce the international level athletes in the various sports and games competition. This would be possible way of the promoting high performance at the grassroots level at the age of 10 and below. Is what earlier I said. General and specific fitness training. The training, when you want to give you have to identify the training in the age of 10, and you have to give a training later on. General training for all the sports persons, and specific training should be given for can be given, and so that we can produce international level athletes. Energy based training, fiber based training, weight based and fast twitch fiber sprinter, read and red based slow twitch fiber, long distance runner, and strength based weight based training, and trying weight based plyometric training, weight training, and fitness based training also should be given for various things in a specific way. And so unless we identify the talents, the high talents of an individual, if we do the training for simply to find out the best man by ask them to run for 100 meters, and whoever is coming to first, if we select the sportsman, it is not possible to win the international level. That is the reason We say that we have to identify the high talents, whoever is having the high talents, and accordingly, we have to select the sportsmen for various sports, especially sprinters, specific training, specific talents, and long jumper, sprinter, and so on. There are many factors that influence the peak performance in sports. What are they? Talent identification and recognition. 2. Skill development, training methods, general and specific, nutrition, and 5th one, rest, 6th one, mental focus, 7th one, technology in sports. I will talk elaborately regarding this technology later on. Sports management. Sports management also, it is very important in the field of physical education, and that is the reason it is included. Role of allied sciences, also very important. Good habits of, let us see, talent recognition. We are talent at grassroots level should identify the sportsman, identify the sporting talent in the young children. We all born with a genetic predisposition. Indian genetically do not have a predisposition to sports physical activity, and countries like Australia spend crores of rupees to identify the talent with the children and nutrition and nutrate it to produce the world-class sportsman. A 100-meter sprinter cannot be trained to run the marathon and events. Skill development. To enhance the sports capability, several technologies available to help the sportsmen to enhance their skills. Indian cricket team using technology to study bowling, action, batsman strike, etc. to correct actions or conducted all over the country for experts to assist the sportsmen to improve the performance in sports and games. Different training methods. Since the peak performance requires sportsmen to be in top physical form, training methods become crucial. Training methods should focus on injury prevention while playing the specific sports. Training methods and off-season periods. Training methods should be tailored to the specific sports and its challenges. Nutrition. A lot of how what he eats. Sports nutrition is an emerging field in India, but in international arena, it has been in practice for a long time now. The hydration is crucial aspect of the performance. The rest, when a sportsman is deprived of rest, or if it is insufficient, it reduces his performance by 75%. An international marathon runner trains for the rest of the day. So rest is also very important as far as sports is concerned. Mental focus. Most sportsmen are successful not by the skill in the field, but because they mentally so strong. They have the ability to assess their competition, ensure tough situations, and physically challenges themselves through their mental faculties. Sports psychology is another emerging field in India. Commitment and passion, probably the most critical aspect. World-class sportsmen love what they do. They cannot think of live without the sports and make huge in their sports. Some sports and peak performance in tennis. Roger Federer, I need not say much about this gentleman. He played Grand Slam from the age of 17 to 27. Never missed a Grand Slam because of injuries. No major injuries in the tennis career, considering that he plays conditions. Robert Federer, great talent, good training methods, and skill development. John McEnroe, great talent, shorter tennis career because of less attention in skill development and training methods to train the academic world #1 great sacrifice. Swimming, the Michael Phelps, 2 times Olympic winner and got competition. Training for 2021 games also has never seen the world outside his swimming pool and coach. Technology supported swimming pools and similars, water currents, wind, etc. Athletes,
200
I need not say much about the athletic competition. Everyone knows very well. I would like to say, Usain Bolt is the world record holder in 100 meters and 200 meters events. Still now, his best time was 9.58 seconds. His current record, and he is training very hard to run less than 9 seconds at present. In 200 meters his best performance is 19.3 seconds. Technology supported. Puma makes the most lightweight so to help Bolt run his best race. And as far as other games also, I would like to say, in 400 meters, the best time is 43.03 seconds. Lady walk. And 800 meters, 1.40.9 seconds, David Usha. And 1500 meters, 3.29 Hitchell Eliphants. And 5000 meters, 12.3 seconds. And it is Kenencia Beckley. And marathon, best performance time is 2 minutes, 2 hours, 0.1.9 seconds. Eliud Kipchoge. And 100-meter hurdles, in 100-meter hurdles, 12.8 seconds. And 400-meter hurdles, 46.78, Ibn Young. And high jump, 2.49 meters, Javier Chotmei. And volleyball, 6.18 meters in armed developing. As far as cricket performance is concerned, Matthew Maiden and Adam Gillis in 37 years until very strong in international arena. And I need not say much about the other sportsmen, we know very well, but even that, the present, the best sportsman, the sports cricket player is, we know very well, that Virat Kohli as best Indian captain. Also, you know very well, Dhoni and also Sachin Tendulkar, they were the best coaches, best cricket players, and also they brought lot of medals, and they are responsible for winning various competitions in cricket competition. Technology used, soft software to study biomechanics movements in sports to correct technology enhanced from form, etc. Approval dry fit technology that abroads sit and allows the players to retain body temperature and therefore helps them perform. Formula One racing is probably the best example where technology and management are vital for winning. This actually qualified MRF and tiring the tires we race or the tires you buy. And also rags to rights. In this, we know very well there are a lot of things to explain, and also I would like to say the another thing, it is called amazing story. Amazing story. Long Abrosing was cyclist and diagnosed with testicular cancer. He came out of the treatment trained and won 7 Tour de France in a row. And this is what is best to improve grassroots level talent and training. Sports athletes can sports other than cricket needs importance. Also, this is a very important thing. Sportsmen need to love sports for its own sake and not as a route to celebrate the status. Sports culture, use of video in coaching is very important. Sports technology, video provides an objective record of performance and details of movement can be viewed in replay, which cannot be seen readily by coaches observing the movement as it occurs. Video also provides the coach with an extra tool when working with an athlete using several video and taking video from side and back. The coach can have access to several different views of the athletic performance. Further, using slow motion replay and stop actions, the coach may examine the performance repeatedly. Unlike an athlete, a video recording will not try with the repeat performance. An image of the performance can help the coach convince the athlete regarding the aspect of the athletic performance not being readily by coaches observing the movement as it occurs. Video also provides the coach with an extra tool when working with an athlete using several video and taking video from side and back. The coach can have access to several different views of the athletic performance. Further, using slow motion replay and stop actions, the coach may examine the performance repeatedly. Unlike an athlete, a video recording will not try with respect performance. Image of the performance can help the coach convince the athlete and regarding the aspects of the athletic performance. It is the bounden duty of every one of us to help the students to develop their full potential and equip them with the knowledge, dynamism, ability, integrity, and that will enable them to meet the global changes of the 21st century, like the butterfly emerging out of the chrysalis. The younger boys and girls shall emerge as a competent, confident professionals and bring laurels to our country. This cannot be an accident. It is the result of the commitment on the part of the inspired and dedicated faculty, as well as the hard work on the part of the enthusiastic students. I have no doubt that such an international level webinar with interactions between the best brains in education and physical education and sports will help us to achieve our aim of making India a physically fit, strong, and healthy nation. I congratulate that the webinar could formulate plan to bring about the achievement in sports performance in India. I offer my felicitation to the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Sheila Stephen, and the Registrar, Dr. Gopinathan, Organizing Secretary, Dr. Manikandan, and all the other staff members who helped the Tamil Nadu Physical Education University conducting this program in an excellent manner. I invite you all to walk up towards the goal of excellence in sports and games in Tamil Nadu and India. Let us join together and bring glory to our nation. Thank you very much. I will talk the other topic after 1 or 2 minutes. அதாவது இது இருக்காது, அடுத்ததுதான் அது அடுத்து அது என்னன்னு கேட்டா டேட்டா டைப் இந்த டெக்னாலஜி இம்பாக்ட் டெக்னாலஜி தான் இல்லை நேஷனல் எஜுகேஷன் பாலிசி அது பின்ன இருக்கு, அது இது இருக்குது, இதெல்லாம் இல்லை. அதான் அதான் என்ன சொன்னேன் கீழே வந்து, அதாவது எக்ஸலன்ஸ் அது முடிச்சிட்டோம். அதான் சொல்றேன்ல, இது எஜுகேஷன் பாலிசி, நியூ எஜுகேஷன் பாலிசின்னு கீழே வந்து கடைசியில் வந்து அங்கதான் இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறேன், இல்லையா? அப்ப இது என்னது இம்பாக்ட் ஆஃப் டெக்னாலஜி ஒன்று இருக்கு, இதாக தான் இருக்கு. இல்லை நேஷனல் எஜுகேஷன்
Madam?
Sir?
Madam, sir.
Sir, video off பண்ணிருக்காங்க சார்.
Okay, okay. இல்ல next slide add பண்றேன் நாங்க. Next topic.
Right.
I request all the participants, please wait for a few minutes. Our resource person will join with another topic. He will join in the meantime.
National education policy across the country. National education policy aims at making the youth
Sir?
century in India. The education and skills needed for the to make them suitable for maximum opportunities. The Prime Minister said that for years our education system remaining unchanged, learning to left-sided presides where people were focusing on either becoming a doctor or engineer or a lawyer. He said there was no mapping of the interest, ability and demand. The Prime Minister questioned how could critical thinking and innovative thinking develop in youth unless there is a passion in the education, philosophy of education, purpose of education. The Prime Minister said national education policy also reflects the ideas of Guru Rabindranath on education, which aims at bringing our lives in harmony with the existence. He said the holistic approach was needed with the national education policy has achieved successfully. He said the policy was formulated keeping in mind two biggest questions: whether our education system motivates our youth for creative curiosity and commitment driven life, and whether our education system empowers our youth, help in building an empowered society in the country. On this, he expressed satisfaction that the national education policy takes care of these pertinent issues. The Prime Minister said that India's education system needs to be changed according to the changing time. The new structure of a 5+3+3+4 curriculum is a step in this direction, he added. He said that we have to ensure that our students become global citizens and also remains connected to their roots. The Prime Minister said the new education policy stresses on how to think. He said that emphasis on inquiry-based discipline, based and analysis-based learning methods for children will enhance their urge to learn and participate in the classes. The Prime Minister urged that every student should get the opportunities to follow the passion. It often happens that when a student goes for a job after going a course, he finds that what he has studied does not meet the requirement of the job. He said that many students also leave the courses. He said in order to take care of the needs of all the such students, the options of the multiple entry exist has been provided in the national education policy. Prime Minister said the new education policy provides for a creative plan so that students can have the freedom to learn the course in between and utilize them later when they want to resume their courses. He said that we are moving towards an era where a person will have a consistently reskill and upskill himself. The Prime Minister also said the dignity of every section of society plays a big role in the development of any country. Therefore, a lot of attention has been given to strengthen education and dignity of labor in national education policy. Prime Minister also said that India has the ability to give solutions of the talent and technology to the whole world, and that national education policy also addresses this responsibility while aims at the development many technologies based hunted and courses. He said that concepts like virtual labs are going to carry the dreams of better education to millions of people who could not read such subjects before, which required lab experiment. National education policy is also going to play an important role in ending the gap of research and education in our country. The Prime Minister also said that the national education policy can be implemented more effectively and at the faster pace only when these reforms would be reflected in the institutions and infrastructure. He also said that the need of the hour is to build the values of innovation and adaptation in society, and this should start from the interactions of our country. The Prime Minister also said that higher education institutions need to be empowered through autonomy. He said that there are two types of debate about autonomy. One says that empowering should be done strictly under the government control, while the other says that all the institutions should get autonomy by default. He said that the first option comes out a misuse towards non-government institutions, while autonomy is treated as a entertainment in the second approach. He said that path to good quality education lies somewhere in the middle of these two options. He felt that the institute that does more work for quality education should be rewarded with more freedom. This will provide encouragement to quality and will also give incentive to everyone to grow. He wished that as the national education policy educate the autonomy of education, institutions will also get offer, will get faster. Quoting former president of the country, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the purpose of education is to make good human being which help with skill and expertise and express engagement. Human being can be created by teachers. The Prime Minister also said that the policy focused on developing a strong teaching system where teachers can in turn produce good professionals and good citizens. There is a great emphasis on teachers training in national education policy. They are consistently updating their skill. There is a lot of emphasis on this. Prime Minister also urged the people to work together with determination to implement the national education policy. He said that the new round of dialogue and cooperation with the universities, colleges, school education boards, and different stakeholders is also to start from here. He urged to continue the webinar on national education policy and keep diffusing it. He emerged consistent that in the conclave, better suggestions, effective solutions will come out regarding the effective implementation of national education policy. In continuation of this one, I would like to say about the impact of technology in sports performance. Science, technology, and innovations are the basic desiderata for any nation for progress. Innovation is made more meaningful and accepted only when it is based on research finding. 21st century is designed as a knowledge century. Everyone should realize that the knowledge is the fulfillment of the human life. Information technology has made revolution in the entire system of learning. In the 21st century, there is a need for working a digital library system that alone can, in the long run, provides the kind of access required for knowledge society. Technology, enhanced learning is the solution. It attempts to exploit the rapid development in the information and the community technology as the communication bandwidth continues to increase and the cost of computer power continues to top. Technology enhanced learning while becoming an economically viable solution. Virtual classroom of the future will have students from many locations by a team of geographically distributed and instructors through the talent education delivery system. In the 21st century, more than ever before, the world has turned to look forward towards physical education and sports to remove mankind from all its bondages. Former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan said that the sports has truly become a universal language, bringing people together, no matter what their origin, background, religious belief, or economy. Trust with an increase in interest and participation in sports and extensive media coverage of sporting events and worldwide. Sports has evolved into a global business worth approximately $600 billion, including sports products and services. The world sports goods market is estimated at approximately $120 billion relatively, with footwear accommodating for $300 billion. So $1 billion and equipment $40 billion. The sports industry has developed diversified to accommodate the different interests and needs the broad stakeholders base. Over the years, the industry has promoted and helped develop new sports that have served as catalysis for new types of products. The cost for the new market record and sports supplement has led to millions of dollars being spent research in a developed manner so that the technology and equipment. As consequence, both athletes and coaches are now involved in increasingly complex system that releases the heavily on advanced technology. Sports technology is the application of the engineering to sports activity. It involves the design, development, testing of sports equipment. The key equipment used by the athletes has always gone through the technology design and development used on current knowledge and understanding. Further, it requires an understanding of biomechanical and interactions of both with equipments. Although advanced sports technology are frequently enabled by novel design, advanced materials and products, they derive from deep understanding of the particular need of athletes and associated products attribute, including the performing athletes and etc. Hence, there is an urgent need of inter and transdisciplinary and holistic approach towards the development of sports technology. Sports technology plays an important role not only in shaping how sports is played, but also making positive mega sporting events to help complete the time frame. Technology has a huge relevance in the training and preparation of the sports persons themselves. Similarly, the technology has also impacts different support services considering with participation on competitive sports. Technology is used on regular basis to improve sports performance in elite athletes. In recent years, the development world has experienced a dramatic increase to the popular of sports. In response to the demand, the sports manipulation and industry has been developing more sports products to meet the demand. Further, in India, there is an urgent need to establish the sports industry to fulfill the needs and the requirement of the sports person in order to maintain the competitive edge. Many of the sports related companies have identified the need for significant improvement of understanding of the human biomechanics, physiology, and psychology combined with product design, manufacturing skill, science, and technology. Sports technology combined several demand disciplines in order to relate use characteristics of sporting equipments to the underlying principles of product design. This is further reinforced with up-to-date knowledge of manufacturing process. Tamil Nadu Physical Education and Sports University is the first university to establish the innovative courses in sports technology, not only in the country, but also in the whole of Asia. Most important of all the innovative courses in the master's degree in sports technology with two streams, information technology and also infrastructure management, which will go a long way in developing technological skills in the manufacturing of sports equipments, materials, accessories, and services, including laying of various playfields to the international standard. The vision of mine was to design the set development in which a manner has the reach to study, to stage the center of excellence, which will go a long way to make across around the city of citizen as the games village as found in Jalandhar city in Punjab state, which will verge upon the manufacturing of sports material, equipments, and the materials for laying astro and synthetic grass roots, including polymetric grass, and laying the modern play fields to the international standard. My vision was to train the experiments in the science of modern synthetic materials that make up today sports infrastructure from astroturf hockey field to flexi design tennis courts, as well as the electronic equipment used to cover the referee, judge, and discipline models efforts. Very few modern facilities are available for practice grounds today. If the technology is taught here, we can produce more education, more modern facilities for our sportsmen at the fraction of the cost. Lot of efforts was taken to set up the great department in the university when I was Vice Chancellor. Sports technology plays an important role, not only shaping how sports is played, but also making possible mega sporting events to be held in compressed time frame. Technology has a huge relevance in the training and the preparation of the sports person. Similarly, the technology also impacts different support services consisting with the participative and competitive sports. Advanced sports technology is not only used to excess in sports performance, but also helps to avoid the injuries in elite athletes. Hence, in India, there is an urgent need to establish many sports industry to fulfill the need and the requirement of the sports persons. Further, all the technological universities and college should establish bachelors and masters in sports technology with two streams. One, information technology in sports and facility and event management with web go back with development in technological skills in the manufacturing of sports equipments, materials, accessories, and services including laying of various play fields to the international standards and conduct mega events to be held in the competition time. Also, the basic information of sports technology should be included in all the courses offered by physical education institutions in India to fulfill the needs and the requirements of physical education teachers. This is what just I want to say about the technological system. Further, I would like to say something about the sports management perspective and perspectives which is to be done. This course also started in Tamil Nadu Physical Education and Sports University, that is sports management. What is sports management? Sports management involves any competition of skills related to planning, organizing, and directing, the controlling and coordinating within the context of an organization or the department whose primary product or services related to sports physical activity. Sports management decides. Sports management reflects to all the people, activities, and businessmen and organizations involved in the production, facilitating, promoting, or organizing any product that is sports fitness and recreation related, etc. Sports industry, an important revenue generated in the world economy. Within the increase in viewership due to television coverage of important sporting events like Olympic, World Cup football, World Cup cricket, tennis open, NBA basketball, championships, etc. Sports as an industry has grown manifold. Sports industry in adding to products also involves the endorsement and techniques, rights, and media advertisement. Sports industry, values of sports industry in US is $216 billion. The same is the UK in 20.3 billion. 6 in USA. The value of sports industry in the world is 600 billion. Sports industry consists of manufacturing of sports goods and accessories, retailing of sports goods and accessories through the retail outlets across the market. Sports medicine in accessible for sports performance for being healthy. The venture and infrastructure, a huge amount of money is being invested for crediting the sports infrastructure on par with international standard. Sports industry consists of media and hospitality. Sports are telecasted through exclusive sports channels to the viewers throughout the year from across the world, and also leads to surge in hospitality industry and so on. Merchandising, exclusive retail out of sports brand such as Adidas, Nike, and so on. And this is what regarding this. And stakeholders of sports. The government are responsible for the growth of the sports at the grassroots level. They do so through SAI and Sports Development Authority of Tamil Nadu. Sports administrators, National Federation of Sports Association are responsible for the promotion of the particular games in the country by forming a good quality teams. Stakeholders of sports, coaches, trainers are the backbone of any sports in the country. they must be well qualified and experienced people. Players are not a national credits. They must be taken care of very well and should be given participation opportunities frequently to exhibit their talents. Spectated views, public in the opinions of the public.
Rajesh sir,
Yes, sir.
the sir கொஞ்சம் network issue போல.
ஆமா sir. Will you conclude, sir, with your permission?
Sir rejoin.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Sorry, a minute.
Okay, sir. We will wait for 5 minutes.
Rajesh sir join பண்றாங்க.
ஓகே சார்.
முடிச்சிட்டாங்க. நம்ம தேங்க்ஸ் நீங்க தேங்க்ஸ் கிவிங் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா நம்ம சர்டிஃபிகேட் டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூட் பண்ணிட்டு முடிச்சிடலாம்.
ஓகே சார், ப்ரொசீட் பண்ணலாமா? சார் வந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் பண்ணலாம்.
சார் ரீஜாயின் பண்றாங்க.
ஓகே சார்.
சார் Rajesh sir, now you can proceed, sir. Now we can conclude the session.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So thank you so much, sir, for your resourceful lecture. From your lecture, we are able to understand vision of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam and our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. You also understand the importance of BSc Physical Education in Arts and Science colleges and the various techniques and role sports science in identifying the preparing athletes. On behalf of the organizing committee and participants of this faculty development program, I wholeheartedly thank you so much, sir. Now I request Dr. S. Manikandan, Professor and Head and Organizing Secretary of this FDP, to distribute the e-certificate to our first resource person. Sir, please.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our beloved Professor R. Thirumalaichami sir, first session resource person, kindly accept our e-certificate, sir. Thank you for your valuable lecture and your presence, sir. Kindly accept it. It was signed by our Vice Chancellor and Registrar and myself, Organizing Secretary. So, as a token of love, kindly accept our e-certificate, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. We are moving to the second session of the day one. I am very happy to invite Dr. S. Manikandan, Professor and Head, Department of Physical Education, and Organizing Secretary of this Faculty Development Program, to give the welcome address.
Sir, join பண்ணாங்க sir, Murugal sir.
Uma madam?
Yes, sir.
Dr. Murugal sir இருக்காங்க?
இருக்காங்க சார்.
ஜாயின் பண்ணிட்டாங்களா?
பண்ணிட்டாங்க சார்.
Sir?
Hello.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning, all of you. Good morning. Hello.
Actually, audible, sir.
Yes, sir.
And your video
yes, audible, sir.
sir.
Me.
Screen share பண்றீங்க சார். ஓகே சார்.
மனு சார் ப்ரொசீட் பண்ணவா?
எஸ் சார் ராஜேஷ். சார் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடலாமா சார்?
ஐ எம் வெரி
ராஜேஷ் சார் சார்ட்ட கேட்டுக்கிறோம்.
சார்.
Me.
சார் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாமா சார்?
ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுங்கப்பா.
ஓகே சார், ஓகே. ராஜேஷ் சார் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுங்க சார்.
Thank you, sir. I am very happy to invite Dr. C. Lakshmanan, Assistant Professor, Department of Physical Education, to introduce our resource person of the second session. Sir, please.
Very good morning to all. It is my privilege and happiness to introduce the research person to the participant of the faculty development program organized by Department of Physical Education, Tamil Nadu Physical Education and Sports University. Dr. K. Murugavel sir is presently working as a professor in the head Department of Physical Education for their University Coimbatore. He hails from Odinakanu, Theni district. Education achievement or Master of Physical Education from Alagappa University College of Physical Education, Karikudi, and also possesses MPhil in Physical Education, MSc in Yoga, and PhD in Physical Education. He was then an outstanding sprinter during his studentship in school, college, and university days. He was able to continue and secure the fastest sprinter among teachers when he was working in Ayanada Janagamal Arts and Science College, Sivagasi. He produced many national and international athletes. To name a few, he produced outstanding sprinter Mr. C. Dhirinyanathurai, who participated in 100-meter run in Sydney Olympic, and 12 state athlete and 18 inter-university achievers. As an outstanding academician, he got more than 30 years of teaching experience in the field of physical education and sports. He authored and published 3 books, 59 research articles, and presented 12 papers in international conference. As an outstanding administrator, he held many additional responsibilities. To name a few, he served syndicate member of Barrier University, Dean of Education, NAC team member, NCT visiting team member, Senate member, President of Barrier University Teacher Association, and liaison officer of Vice Chancellor of Search Committee. He attended the popular interaction with His Excellency Governor of Tamil Nadu for the post of Vice Chancellor of Tamil Nadu Physical Education and Sports University as one of the final 3 candidates. He has guided 22 PhD scholars, 7 PhD scholars are pursuing now. He also acted examiner for 74 foreign PhD theses. He was a member of more than 20 institutions in the recruitment board. He was serving as a chairman of board of study for 4 universities and a member in 16 educational institutions. He received many awards. To name a few, Lifetime Achievement Award from Nature Science Foundation, Coimbatore, and the Research Naval Academy, Pondicherry. Then finally, I'm proud to tell he was my teacher. It is a great honor for us to have as our research person. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. C. Lakshmanan, sir. I am very happy to invite Dr. S. Manikandan, Professor and Head, Department of Physical Education, and Organizing Secretary of this Faculty Development Program, to give the welcome address. Mani sir. Mani sir.
Morning.
I think some network problem.
Check.
Sir, have some network issue, I think. Shall we proceed, sir, with your permission?
You can proceed now.
Yes, sir. Now it is time to listen to the resourceful speech from Professor Dr. K. Murugavel, sir. Over to you, sir, please.
Display. Slide share.
Slide share ಆಗುದು sir.
Slide share ಆಗುದಾ?
Yes sir.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. Right பண்ணு. See, a very good afternoon to all of you. It's almost 12 noon now, so we should say good afternoon to all of you. Oh, most respectable and honorable Vice Chancellor of Tamil Nadu Physical Education and Sports University, Dr. Sheila Stephen, the Dynamic Registrar of Sports University, Dr. V. Gopinath, the Organizing Secretary, the Young and Dynamic Professor of Physical Education of Sports University, Dr. S. Manikandan, the faculty members of Department of Physical Education, Dr. Thirumalai Kumar, Dr. Rajesh Kumar, Dr. Lakshmanan, other faculty members, and my respectable guru and guide, the first Vice Chancellor of Tamil Nadu Physical and Sports University, Professor R. Thirumalai Sami. Just now he has delivered a wonderful delivery and regarding sports technology. Really, I am proud to be a product of Dr. R. Thirumalai Sami. So only because of him, we are all could able to stand at this stage. I'm really thankful to Dr. R. Thirumalai Sami as well as Dr. Sheila Stephen and V. Gopinath for having given me this wonderful opportunity to interact with the young minds of sports promoters of our country. So today is a remarkable day. The day should be written in the history of Tamil Nadu Physical Education Sports University since it's the first event, first of its kind in India, in which almost all the former Vice Chancellors and registrars been invited to share their views and experience for the enrichment of knowledge in the field of physical education. It's a very, very unique attempt to share, to invite all those who have contributed for establishment and development of sports university, the first university for its kind in India. Really, I should congratulate and appreciate the intention of inviting all the former Vice Chancellors and registrars,
Short video தெரியல.
Vice Chancellors and registrars for sharing their experience for the enrichment of knowledge of young minds of our country. So entire credit goes to Dr. S. Manikandan, the organizing secretary, for having taken pain in inviting and coordinating all those legends in the field of physical education at these over these days. I am really congratulate Dr. S. Manikandan, and also I wish him to have a bright future in the field of physical education. I think that the young team has now come up in the sports university with the involvement of Dr. Thirumalai Kumar, also the experienced man. So they could be able to bring this university both horizontally and vertically to higher level.
Your video is muted, sir. Can you please unmute your video?
It's unmuted, muted at host. You ask them to unmute the video. Please ask them to try.
Uma madam, please.
Sir, it's a unmute only, sir. The video is not working, it seems, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Your screen and everything is visible, sir. Only the video is not coming, sir.
Okay, madam. Okay, madam. Sir, please, sir. Dr. Murugavelan, sir.
Is it okay now? I'm coming through cell phone.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Please, sir.
Yes. Am I visible to all of you? Huh?
No, sir. Actually, your video is not visible, sir.
I'm coming cell phone la vandirukka.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Sir, you can continue, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Please.
So at this juncture, I must, on behalf of our university, I must congratulate, appreciate, and thank Dr. S. Manikandan. Under his leadership, the Department of Physical Education, not only the Department of Physical Education, the entire sports university will come up in both academically as well as administratively. So with these few words, once again, I thank all of you for having given me this opportunity to interact, to share some of my views regarding a topic is given to me. Dear friends, the topic is being assigned to me is the issues and challenges in the field of physical education and sports. We have been discussing these issues and challenges for very many years. When we started from our own students' life, we are discussing these issues and challenges, but I don't think that any of these issues being attended and fulfilled by the authorities of various capacities. I think that this is the right platform. Our resourceful madam, Dr. Sheila Steve, and the Vice Chancellor of our university will take care of all these things which we are going to discuss now. Since we didn't have such apex body which governed the physical education of our state, now we have got the apex body to govern the physical education of our state. I think that this platform would fetch many more results from this FDP program, as well as the discussion which we are going to have now. Dear friends, as I told you, the issues and challenges, issue stands forever in the field of physical education. With my little experience in the field of physical education, I want to share I have taken it granted as I have divided these issues. You close. You close. Good. See these issues into the two areas. I have divided them into two areas. Academically, we face very many issues, as well as in managing the physical education events, physical education sports events. Also, we face some of these issues. And finally, I'm going to present you, I want to discuss you some of the challenges which we have to meet in future for the development of physical education and sports at our country also. I don't think that the time is allotted to me will not be sufficient to discuss all those points. In spite, let me try to cover all those points, to share all those ideas which I have at my mind. So basically, academically, where we face some of the issues at our hand as long pending issues. First and foremost, I want to place it before all of you. We need an integrity of physical education subject as a compulsory subject starting from elementary school. This is my view. So all those points which we are going to discuss now maybe or may not be accepted by many of us. It's my own view. It's my presentation. So just I want to share my thoughts which I have got in my mind. So if it is confront you, don't take it otherwise. If it is okay, then we'll discuss. So first and foremost point, what we have to do is, I make an appeal to our Honorable Vice Chancellor of Sports University. You can place this issue with the government of Tamil Nadu to make it as a compulsory subject to all those in the education field, starting from elementary form, so that we could able to achieve the national objective of health. We have got national level objectives. So one among those national level objective is attainment of national health mission. So if you want to attain the national health mission in the sense, so we should have these physical education as a subject, as a compulsory subject. In almost, we start from elementary school level. So then only we can attain those national mission or national objectives. So if we discuss in this, the time will not be sufficient. We'll move on by just I create an awareness in the minds of young people. Next, I wanted to discuss with you is a uniformity of physical education courses in India. Do we have any uniformity in the courses, curriculum, contents in the curriculum, in the weightage of the contents in the curriculum, in all the institutions which offer the physical education courses in India? At least in Tamil Nadu, I don't think that exists. So it's, I will always try to place the responsibility to the university, sports university. So we have to, at least in our Tamil Nadu state, we can have a uniformity in the courses which offered by different physical education institutes of our state, so that we can place it before at national level. This is one point of view, the uniformity in the syllabus. Another point of view, we have got a list of courses starting from DPEd to PhD, Diploma in Physical Education to PhD. The carryover of syllabus, the units, the contents which exist in the Diploma in Physical Education courses is carried over throughout PhD, till PhD. And if you take training methods for DPEd, the same content, same units exist in almost BPEd, MPEd, MPhil and PhD. This is a case of not only a subject, it's a case of almost all the subjects which we cover. So this carryover, the repetition of the subjects, contents should be allayed, should be prevented. So this should be taken care of, so that we can have the enrichment, the development, upgradement of a field to compete with other subjects in the educational scenario. I already told you, my views may contradict many of you. Don't take it otherwise. It's my own view. So why don't we have the progression of syllabus and contents in course-wise, starting from DPEd to MPhil and PhD? We have the same unit, same contents for training methods, so that the contents which are being covered by all the courses. So we need to take care of at this stage from this FDP program. At least we should think of it, and the sports university can initiate to have a common syllabus, common uniformity in the courses, uniformity in the syllabus, the progression. So at least we must give some updatement from course to course when you start from DPEd till MPhil, so that the students, the faculty, the field can have enrichment. So this is also I want to place before these our young minds, as well as the Sports University Department of Physical Education, which is conducting the FDP at right time. That's to the post-pandemic scenario. Then I'm coming to our own side. This is blaming ourselves. This is blaming ourselves. Accountability of the teachers, students. Accountability of the students and teachers now last in the field of physical education. So you just compare those days, the accountability of teachers and students. Now you just think of the accountability and to teachers and students. I'm sorry to state that. So I can't say that I'm out of all those things. Certain extent, the exemption should not be quoted as example. But anyway, being a teacher, being a responsible teacher in the society, dear friends, the physical director, principal, and librarian, these three persons, these three personalities of an institution should have more accountability than anybody else in the education institution. So only these three personalities are interacting with the entire students, entire campus students of any institution. So these three should have much more accountability than anybody else. And our duty is to teach the values of physical education and sports to present generation. We miss it. We teach almost all the traditional subjects. So what we have studied under the training method, still we are teaching same contents to present students today. So in addition to the updatement, in addition to the uniformity in the syllabus, we need to teach the values of physical education and sports to the present generation, to the society, to have a healthy country and to achieve sports in excellence. Then we move on to, so I cut short, I bring it down to my discussion. Since due to time bound, so we'll move little bit faster. Then academic qualifications of sportsmen. It's the greatest issue at our country. No university, no education institution is taking care of these academic qualifications of sportsmen at our country. Many of our outstanding sportsmen who have excelled, who have brought very many laurels to our country, nationally and internationally, they're striving for this basic qualification to settle, to get the job security at our hand. Even after representing India, after brought medals in the international arena. So many of our international sportsmen and women are not able to get the appropriate avenues due to their academic qualification. So the universities, the educational institutions, the government should come forward to make them qualified to settle there in life by getting job security. I have my own experience, my friend, my contemporary, my teammate, Rajarathinam, Arjunavadi. So only because of his academic qualification, he could be able to get only class 4 employee. If he would have completed degree, he might have got manager post. Even for Saini Abraham those days. So after representing India and brought very many medals in the international level. So the Kerala government, they have got such provision to take care of academic qualifications of those sportsmen. So he has attended only exam. So they have given grace mark depending upon their representation, their achievement. They have awarded degree to Saini Abraham so that he could be able to get manager in the FCI. So many of our sportsmen are out of the scenario due to this qualification. So we must have that amendments in the at least university level to award grace marks, to enhance the qualification of the sportsman. This is also point to be presented before these August participants. Then we fail in advocacy. What do you mean by advocacy? It's not advocate. So physical education is not advocates, whereas we should educate the public, students, and the totally entire citizens of our country. Values, importance, the role of physical education, sports, to attain the national mission, that is national objectives. We should have advocacy at our field. You are not only a teacher. So just handing the classes in the classroom for an hour. So we should not claim as we are a great teacher. So you should have advocacy at your profession, so that the objectives of education, objectives of physical education can also be fulfilled. Then equity, that is equality, where we stand at our educational scenario, my dear friends. Still, we people are being designated as a drill master, even after completing a PhD, after holding a different administrative post. So we've got separate university, separate portfolio. In spite, we have not attained that equity. In University Grants Commission itself, they classify as physical educationists or teaching, physical educationists and librarians, or faculty, academic personnel, but non-vacation staff. Why this? What requires to fulfill this gap? What way we are inferior to other subject people? So don't you have thought of this point of view? Even in universities, we are now at teaching area, and university, we hold different administrative posts than that of anybody else. But still, there is no, the recognition is given to our own people. This should be taken care of. Why? The physical director and the librarian are coming under the non-vacation staff. Why the University Grants Commission, state government, we are being classified under non-vacation teachers? So that we need to take care of. Salary point of view, I don't need to explain to young minds of our country. Still, many of our friends with outstanding performance skill, academics, research, and administrative skills, still our people are striving for at least a basic required salary to fulfill their daily requirement, to fulfill their basic needs of their life. Why? Still, some of the educational institutions that they are doing, so instead of engaging physical educationists at their institutions, they engage some of the people, unqualified people. They pay a little amount to disperse them instead of engaging physical educationists. So the salary is a major constraint at our physical education people. When you go to interview, just with beard, BSc beard, they'll be classified as training BT teachers. Our people will be with the MPhil PhD. We'll be fixed at the 8,000, 7,000. But the teacher with BSc BEd will be fixed with 15,000. 15,000. Why? If we are going to work more than that of all other teachers. So this is also, we should place it before. I should place it before these our people, to Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Srila Stephen. I'm sorry, madam. Often I'm referring you, since you are. Since you are at the right place, we are extending our arms. We are anticipating from you to do all those things. So if you are not, if you can't and nobody can do it now. Since I know personally you can do it, madam, please. You can do it. Then appointment, this is what I want to stress. So basically, we have been classified as non-vacation, non-teaching, except those who are in the teaching profession, like us. But the selection of teachers in the appointment in the college and schools, whereas the subject teachers are being appointed with just certificate verification by TRB, but our department appointment is given to Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission by, they are recruiting by an examination. Why? Why this? And unqualified people are coming up with their nepotism, their influence, this should be taken care of by only the sports university. Why the subject teachers, particularly in the colleges, they come through TRB, just certificate verification, whereas our people will undergo an examination conducted by Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission, and there are norms, there are different stipulations to get appointment, and this is not fair as far as myself is concerned. So we people are being designated as non-teaching. Then why should we write examination, get through Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission when the chemistry teacher is coming directly with certificate verification? You see, just we should think over it. When you go to schools and colleges, out of 1,200 students, we government schools only maximum 3 physical education people are appointed. To handle the classes for 40 students, they have 5 to 6 teachers in a department. To handle the classes, to handle the people, to interact with the entire campus, we have maximum of 3 teachers, GO 525. One is to 2, 1 physical director and 2 physical education teachers. Some of the government schools, they do not have physical education teacher. Some of the private schools, they do not have the required number of teachers. Why? So unless otherwise we get this equality in the appointment to qualification wise, we can speak. Now we are all qualification wise, we have got the number of years and the number of BPA 2 years and MPA 2 years, everything they have made it as of other teachers. Whereas the teachers' appointment should be made equally to as of other subjects. Now when we come to coaches, we ought to discuss regarding the coaches also. So they play a vital role in promoting sports. When you go to district sports council, they do not have the coaches for almost all the disciplines. You can tell me any of our sports council, SDAT, does it have the coaches for almost all the disciplines which we deal in our state? No. So they are the people who are dealing with the grassroots level to promote the sports. So there must be given more importance. For example, I can take you the Brazil team, they are coming up 5 times world champion. They have got different coaches for different parts of the game, attackers, defenders, midfielders, goalkeepers, and other some technical officials also. But when we get into our district, that is DAT, we have a handful of coaches, only a few coaches, that the two, not by area wise. So unless otherwise we concentrate area wise in the sport, so the construction and the development of fundamental skills in sports in very many disciplines cannot be. This also to be concentrated by our own people. When you appoint an athletic coach in a district, You may be a sprinter. You may be a sprinter. So you can deal with the related activities. So how can he deal with short throws, jumps, and other events? So do we have these area-wise coaches in the basic level? The basic structure we need to change. And finally, I'm coming to the sportsman reservation. So these are all, again, I insist all of you, my own views make and may not contradict with you. Don't take it otherwise. Again and again, I am coming to this point. Why? Because many of our friends may contradict with this. And sportsman appointment, do you have any slab or reservation for sportsman appointment? Even state players, I have my own experience. My contemporary of Madurai Kamaraj University, who had um, anchored, that is, led our Madurai Kamaraj University hockey team 5 times, was under the police training when we were warming up for event alongside of the air ground, armed reserve ground at Madurai. By looking at him, we were disgraced those days. So we must have, the government must have a slab of reservation for sportsmen to get appointment. If an athlete, if a player represents the state, if he participates in the national event or international event, for state participation or national participation, at least class 4 or class 3 appointment is assured. The government should fix the norms. If you participate at the international level, class 2 appointment should be assured. If you bring medals in the international level, you should be given class 1 appointment. Even Sindhu was trailing behind to get deputy collector, it seems, after winning a world championship, after winning Olympic medals. So we don't have such slab of reservation for sportsmen based on the achievement. Here also we play our own game in giving reservation to the sports appointments for our own players. So unless otherwise, the sportsman will not be motivated basically to develop and improve the performance level at our country. This is what I want to convey. I want to convey. And 4 more points in the issues, then we'll move on to the, if time permits, we'll move on to the challenges. And as our former Vice Chancellor, my guru and supervisor rightly pointed out, the technology, application of technology. So at this age, with this experience, you could be able to trigger our minds to apply this technology in sports to excel in the performance wise. I'm really thankful to Dr. Thirumalai Sami sir, former Vice Chancellor, for having pointed out that important point in addition to my presentation, my discussion. Really, where, dear friends, scientific approach, we fail in the scientific approach. With my experience, we speak a lot under the training methods, biomechanics, kinesiology, etc., etc., etc. Nothing is implemented. We didn't get any result out of that. For example, I can pose a question on all these participants. If a sprinter, how many strides he has to cover to cover the 100-meter distance? How many strides a sprinter has to cover the 100-meter distance? It's a question mark now among the all sprinters of our state. I have posed this question to several sprinters of our state. They give their own answers. But so for example, I can give you another example. When we run on the curve, the stride length of the left and stride length of the right plays a role in nullifying the forces fecal antepetal. So have you thought of the stride length of left and right? When you run on the curve, we know the stride length. So where we apply the stride length of left and right, this plays a major role in nullifying the fecal force to pedal force, lean, 14 to 19 degrees of lean towards the left. So we fail in the scientific approach, application of technology. That is because of lack of facilities. I have placed that facilities in the next stage, very, very issue. Dear friends, I can assure you that many of government schools, we do not have playgrounds, we do not have material sports articles, we do not have fund basically, government schools. Government schools, how many colleges, government colleges and aided colleges, we have full-fledged facilities, infrastructure facilities to apply technology, to scientific approach. Do you have a scientific approach to the improvement of a field? So unless otherwise we have the basic facilities in physical education and sports. So how can we think about the scientific approach to enhance the performance and the physical education and sports in the country? So the facilities should be provided, at least the basic facilities. So I'm coming later what we need to do regarding the facilities. So for example, I can tell you, we are at western side of our state. Our university covers really 4 districts. If an athlete wants to run over the synthetic track, any athlete, if he wants to run, he wants to utilize the synthetic surface in these 4 western districts, he has to come to Coimbatore. Even Dindigul, even many of the districts. Then that side we go only one track at Madurai, MGR Stadium. So we have each district a synthetic track facility, basic facilities, huh? This is very much basic facility, very much basic facilities. They have gone into polyurethane along with the synthetic surface. In India, we have got only one track to train the athletes international level, to conduct the international meet at Pune, Chhatrapati Shivaji Stadium. What about other cities, major cities? If Madras only the place where it has got synthetic track, what about nearing 6 or 7 districts? Such a way, we lack of basic facilities. And then we think about application of technology, international arena, and competing with world most top teams. Everything will become meaningless and of only dreams of between. And if we discuss over the facilities, then I'll be victimized. The people from government, people from other sectors will victimize me if I get in detail into the facilities in the physical education sports for enrichment, enhancement. I'll stop with that facilities. As you are all experienced people and more resourceful people than me can understand easily the facilities which we have, which we require, which we need to have in future. And this is what I want to stress wherever I stand before Mike. Gap between research and practices. Gap between research and practices. Dear young friends, at least our period has gone. You may ask us, what about you, sir? What about your leaders? Then you are insisting on us. Yes, we have tried, still we are trying to narrow the gap between research findings and practice. So do we have any relationship exist between these, our research findings and implementation? So far, no. I have no answer with this. So what else we submit, whatever we do research in many areas, we do not have a provision, we do not have the space, we do not have the avenues to implement practically. when other subjects are implementing their own findings, they could be able to succeed. They could be able to improve their performance. As you all know, so when you biochemistry, when you're a chemistry man, and a physics, when you're botany scientist, you find something. If you find something, you could be able to implement it. You could be able to implement it in the practically. Where how many of us, including myself, we implement our own research findings into the field for the development of physical education and sports. It's a question mark. There were untold thousand of untold stories behind this. So by producing PhD candidates, we think that we are all researchers, scientists. No. So when we fill the gap between your findings and implementation, we can say that I am a scientist. I am the scientist. So I'm speaking with my own view, including myself. I have included myself also. Don't take it otherwise. And one day or other I will be victimized. I know. In spite, it's my thought to present to discuss this point. At least a 10% of research works in our field, if it is implemented practically, findings, if we implement our findings practically, so we could also succeed. We could also compete in the international arena. This is my kind submission. My kind submission and suggestion. It's not my point of view. It's not my principle to apply it. It's my only kind submission, humble submission to all of you. You think over it. You think over it. How many theses, how many research works are coming out in physical and sports in India? In India. What about those findings from out of those research works? Do we have provision? Do we have facilities? Do you have space to apply those findings practically in the field? To bring out the desirable changes, desirable improvements in the physical education sports? No. This is my view again and again. Dr. Manigandan, don't blame me. I'm presenting my own views. This discussion one way or other. Finally, I'm coming to women's sports. Women's sports. There is a difference between women's sports and women in sports. Women in sports, everybody can be. Women in sports can be of everybody. But women's sports cannot be by everybody. Whereas there are very many constraints. Very many constraints. As we all know, in the 1900, women were allowed to participate. Still that stigma stands in the society. They face very many constraints to come out of a lot of constraints. Lot of constraints. I can give you a simple example. Women's sports. Why? So our people, Indians, are more potential than anybody else in the world. It's scientifically proved by the recent COVID, it is a virus. So we can be less affected, less mortality compared to any other countries in the world. Why? Because we have got innate immunity. We have got innate immunity because of our innate potential. Particularly, women are more potential than any other country's women. Why we are not able to compete? Now it's coming up slowly. Now it's coming up slowly. So if I can give you a simple example. So I have a survey. We have done a research over this stress urinary incontinence. Urinary incontinence, stress urinary incontinence is nothing but leakage of urine. Leakage of urine when we do movements, when we do stunts, when we jump, when we throw, when we do exercise. Leakage of urine, leakage of bowel. It's incontinence, urinary incontinence. Only because of this small problem, many of our women students, women sportsmen, they are not able to participate in these sports activities. We have a findings with us. Simple problem, dear friends. Very simple problem. See, it's completely of that is core muscle strengthening. If you strengthen their core muscle, pelvic floor muscle, If you have got strong pelvic floor muscle, you will not have that problem of leakage, that is incontinence. It's a very simple concept. So like this, they face very many problems physiologically, psychologically, sociologically. So we must concentrate on. So one day, our women, Indian women will excel international arena. Will have a good physical education. Many of our, we have a survey, we have a findings with you. If you want, I can send you to you, all of you, regarding this point of view. So with this, some of the issues academically in physical education sports we come across. If time permits, we each and every area we can discuss for an hour, but this is only FDP, and the time is also provided. Time is also very less, and we'll move on to the some management wise. What are the issues we face? Management wise, what are the issues we face? Let us. If any substantiation, any clarification, any addition you can come out, young minds, always the younger generation, the present generation is more resourceful and informative than us. More resourceful. You people are more resourceful. I agree. I myself admit you that you are all more resourceful and informative than us. You can add me, you can delete me, where else it is required. Where else it is required. Now, with my little experience, as I told you, I have classified some of the points under this heading. Some of the points in this heading. So academically, we should take some of the measures to improve, develop our field physically and sports. And management wise, so when we are in the field, so what are the problems we face out of sports, out of physical education sports, Now, so first I have placed this budget. First and foremost thing is budget. As I told you, only 0.62 percentage of our Indian government budget is allotted to our sports, physical education and sports. Whereas in Brazil, they allot 13.1 percentage of annual budget of their country towards sports, physical education and sports. Where we stand, but we should appreciate, we should be proud of our Indians. So within this allotted budget, within this constraint, within this limited facilities, within this less application of technology, we could be able to achieve, we could be able to at least withstand in the international arena with topmost powerful countries in these sports, physical education and sports. If we have been provided, if we have provided proper budget, adequate budget, not more budget, adequate budget, so we could also stand, we will also place our country in the international sports map. There is no doubt over it. So budget is concerned, so it's the policy of government. It's I cannot say that it's a policy of government. There is a cabinet called shadow cabinet. I don't want to get into this point. Shadow cabinet, particularly this will become as a banning issue. There is a cabinet called the shadow cabinet that decides the policy. The people not being elected to the cabinet, they will take the policy decision of allotment of budget. This, with my experience, I can take it granted. So budget allotment towards academics, research and training. See, here I have classified into 3 areas. Budget to the basic academic courses. We conduct BPEd, MPEd, MPhil, PhD. So basic required facilities to conduct academic courses, we need to have appropriate and adequate budget. Research aspects. So do we have any fund in the university Any of university, including our own university, separate fund for research aspect? No. So from the general fund, from the different heads allotted, we utilize certain portion for the research and training. This is the point Dr. Former Vice Chancellor, the legend, living legend who have established this university 15 years back, has rightly pointed out the training. Training concepts we lack, particularly the fundamentals as grassroots level. There we need a budget, particularly for training, the area of training. So these three areas to be taken care of in allotting budget, particularly the government of Tamil Nadu should take care of, universities should take care of. Then only we can have the development of physical education and sports. This is a major issue, major issue. So without financial availability, so we can't even get into purchasing of basic materials for academic course. Then some of the challenges, some of the issues also I have listed down. Gambling, do we require to explain this? Now it has been huh? So gambling, as you all know, it's a major issue. Not only it's our country, it's almost everywhere in the sports field. I don't think that I will not get into this area. And drug abuse nowadays. So I can take it granted. So in United States of America, we compare for anything, everything. US. Why? Because they could able to count the number of sprinters in their country. They have got 25 sprinters who can clock in and around 10 seconds. 25 sprinters in and around 10 seconds. How many sprinters do we have at our country to clock in and around 10 seconds? At least 10 to 10, 3, 10, 4. So that's out of completely these drug related issues in the US. So now it's even school children, even if you conduct a school meet, so we can collect, you can load into the different bags of the different syringes and other substances in and around the stadium. It's a major issue, management issue. This should be allied. The future of present generation, the national objectives of attaining wholesome health will become failure if you allow this. We are the physical education teachers, physical directors, coaches, administrators. It's our own responsibility. It's our own responsibility to educate the public, to educate the sportsmen and women, to educate the sports promoters, to come out of this, to save our country, to attain our national objectives. Then it comes as a violence. What is the violence? Due to violence, the events being stopped. Now, due to events, the violence are being coming up. See, what is the root cause for this violence in sports? It's a misconception, misinterpretation. So we can quote many reasons for this violence. Even lack of basic infrastructure facilities provided to the competition venue, training venue will lead to violence. Lack of the enforcement of rules and regulations of particular sport will also lead to a violent situation in the sports. Enforcement is nothing but so you must learn the law, rules and regulations of a particular sport, and you must implement it, you must apply it in appropriate time. That is enforcement of the laws, rules and regulations of the games. So if I am officiating a game, so wherever it is required, I will not apply. where it is not required, I will apply that rule. So there violence is coming. So basic knowledge regarding rules and regulations. So not aware of certain regulations of the games will also lead. So very many examples we can quote for violence in sports. All these things should be corrected. All these things should be corrected. If not, we have not been provided, if we have not been provided a proper playing surface, even for playing football, there violence will create. So very many reasons, very many reasons to quote, very many reasons to quote violence in sport. This should be taken care of at our cost. We have taken care of, at least when we organize an event at any level. So we will prepare to-do list to care of those measures also. At the same time, still we must get into more to take care of, to avoid the violence in this world. The racism, nepotism, racism already exists. Wherever it is required, we get the criticism. This should be avoided. See, sports is a common for universal event. Sports is a universal event. It's a common language. There is no different language for volleyball. Second referee signals, same rule, same number of players, same number of scoring, same set of rules and regulations. It's a universal event, sir. It's totally universal event. Where that racism comes in, so it's very pathetic condition we face. Very many, even in our state, even our place, in our district, we face the nepotism. Nepotism, is it necessary to discuss? It plays a major role in sports. If I know the people, I can get anything, everything. I can get a place in anywhere, in sports bodies, in sports teams. I can get any certificate, any form of recognition, any form of designation, I can get it. Any form of. See, why we are not able to withstand these measures also play a role. Nepotism should not be there. So those who have got potential, those who have got efficiency can come up. Let them come up. Let them perform. Let them sign. Let them bring laurels to our country. And next point, most of our physical education teachers at our country, we burn our young athletes. So at the age of junior, if we get an outstanding, potentially outstanding individual student, we'll place him in the senior and super senior, and we'll place him almost all the events, all the games at district level. So we used to burn them at the early stage. When they come to super senior, and when they come to college, when they come to state, they'll be adjusted. Adjusted. So this we should, our people, physical educationists, should take care of, should register this point at our desk. So you identify them, fix them and even train them. You get sustainable development in the performance. We need our sustainable development. We don't need on-the-sudden development. So on-the-sudden development, we have got drug. If you have, you can have on-the-sudden, and we should not kill them in the early stage. Kindly avoid such mistake. Many of us are committing this mistake in school level. When they come out, we have to set that particular individual at the school level and state level. They'll be missing from the field. They'll be refrained from the field since they are exhausted. Right? Next, in India, we don't have any professionalization of college athletes. We do not have amateur and profession. We have got amateur for college athletes, school athletes, amateur events. We do not have professional in the what is it, college athletics. We need to have, if we want to improve the sports in the national and international level, the college athletes should be taken care of. We need to professionalize the college athletics, college sports. So Indian universities, from there only we draw the athletes for the national team, for international participation. So we need to have a professionalization. As I told you, amateurism, professionalism. We have amateurism at our country, at our state, at our university. We do not have professionalism in the college athletes, particularly school and college athletes. We need to have that. We need to professionalize the college athletes. Then only they can also earn money, and they can be self-sufficient to compete in the further competitions. Then another mistake we are committing, we emphasize more on winning in youth sports. Earlier stage, we give more motivation, enormous motivation to the young sports people. பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நிறைய we'll give motivation. So that overemphasis will also lead to some of the deterioration in the performance. Deterioration in the performance. This is what I want to. There is a limitation. Even nature sets limitation. Even nature sets limitation. Then when nature sets limitation, why can't we have a limitation in even in the emphasizing the young people? They should be motivated in some other way. This is what. Then political involvement is a major issue. As far as myself is concerned, no politician should hold any position in the sports governing body at any level. Any level. And there should not be no political involvement in sports. You can ask me that, see, the people are in the cabinet are deciding, yes, let them take policy decision, but their involvement in the grassroots level to international level, the participation of sports and training, selection, everywhere, there should not be any involvement of any politicians, and no politicians should hold any position in the sports governing bodies, that is associations, governing bodies. So this also one among the factors by which our country, our state is not able to come up with we compete with the international arena. Dear friends, I'm sorry to state that I have told already, from this discussion, I will be victimized. I can submit that this is my views. You may contradict, you may argue with me, you may take into different way, but it's my duty to present to the young minds of the participants on this line. So you think over the involvement of politicians. When you go for even school selection, the local people will come and influence you. Why? This is there everywhere, but this should be avoided. And role of media, it's a place a vital role. They have got much more responsibilities, but I don't think that we get complete support from this media. So only they explore the right things. They will not explore. They restrict themselves into the media. So particularly the rural area, very many hidden potentials are hidden there. These things should be brought out by the media. Rural areas should be concentrated by media. They should explore their skills. By that way, the grassroots level, the rural area, the outstanding performance will be motivated. Particularly the role of media should be to bring out the potentials to identify and explore them, expose them from the rural area to the public, to the society. That I want to request the media to have this role. And role of community, it's not only in the hands of physical education teacher, It's not only in the hands of coach, it's not only in the hand of government, etc., etc. So it's also the role of community. We should also contribute something, but we get very less. I cannot say that, I will not say that no, but less role is we are getting from community. If it is enhanced to certain extent, to certain percentage, so these issues will not be there. We could also lead into very many levels. So the issues are related. Issues are related. We let me confine with these the discussed points with these limitations. I hope that I have touched almost all the issues. So if anything, any other things than this, will discuss, we'll share. You can also write me to add with these issues. We can also, wherever it is feasible, we'll place it before, we'll place these issues for their consideration for the development of physical education and sports. Physical education and sports, right? Then I hope that I have been given till 1:15. Dr. Manikandan, I will adhere to your timing. Don't worry. And the participants also will not be more, they'll be reluctant to listen to a speaker more than an hour. I know very well. In spite challenges, it's my duty to discuss all these points. All these points. Basically, the basic aim of our physical education field and sports, achievement of national health objectives. So we have got our own objectives. So we should strive ourselves to achieve our national health objective. It is still vacant. It's still vacant. Still there is a question mark. How far we are adhering to this objective? What way we can support, what way we can contribute to these national health objectives? It's question mark. Anyway, here and there we do it, we try to achieve it, but to achieve this national health objective, we need to increase the number of participants in sports. That is called mass sports participation. The country in which the mass sports participation exists, there you can draw a lot of performance, lot of potentials from the mass participants. Some of them they are in dark side, without exposure, without getting opportunities. When opportunity is given to everybody, so the talent will be identified. They should come out with their own, so that we should emphasize on mass sports participation. That means mass sport, physical education participation, activities participation. Can you tell me how many of you are involved with physical activity daily? The participants. I hope the 260 something are attending this discussion. How many of you are attending? How many of you are participating physical activity daily? So this is the answer. We are all physical educationists, we deal with this. But what about the normal people? So where the mass sports participation stands. So we have to increase the number of people who are participating in the physical education and sports activities, so that we could able to achieve the national health objectives, and we can bring out very many talents to achieve at the top level. Then infrastructure facilities, challenges, still it's a challenged one. Even in the headquarters or national level, we lack. Even I can say that starving for the facilities. This should be met out. And fundamentals, challenges, as I told you, grassroots level. See, where we have to construct the foundation, lay the foundation. Is it Can you lay the foundation at the age of 18, 19, 20, 20? That's a thing we are doing now. That is a thing we are doing now. Do we have any message to lay the foundation for fundamentals in the grassroots level, particularly in the age of pre-adolescence period, age of 12 to 15? Age of 12 to 15, we do not have any constructive long-term process to teach the fundamentals in each sport. Before age of 15, an athlete or a player should learn complete fundamentals in particular sport chosen. This is what my view. Again, my friends, don't blame me. If it is okay, you can take it, or else we can discuss. See, below 15 years, fundamentals in that particular sport chosen for should be laid. Then only you can think of application of technology, application of etc., etc., etc. If he is a master in fundamentals, the construction and development of remaining components in the performance orientation is very, very easy. Very easy. So the fundamental laying the foundation stone, it's a plinth of sports. Laying the fundamentals is a plinth of sports for the development of improvement of performance. The letters. This is where we lack at our country. This is where how many of footballers can Manikandan is outstanding footballer can substantiate me. How many of footballers in Tamil Nadu Physical Education Sports University football team has got influence in both legs? Tamil Nadu Physical Education Sports University football team is handling. Dr. Manikandan is outstanding footballer, was played for Madurai Kamaraj University also. How many of the footballers in the university contingent, they have got fluency in using both legs to handle the ball, deal with the ball? Only a few. Only a few. So, handling the ball with both legs is fundamental skill. Fundamental skill. So here we start to lag from here. We start to lag from here. So this is to be taken care of, not only football, any event. The foundation, laying foundation stone is missing. So in school, some of our friends, I know personally, many of our friends still they are working hard in schools to construct, to lay the foundation, fundamental skills. I know personally, very many schools, in particular my own school, where I have completed school education, they have worked hard to lay the fundamental foundation strong in the fundamental skills. I do not say that it's completely off, but there are our friends who are working on the field, particularly concentrating on fundamentals. So only because of that, so we could able to get some of the players at the state and national level, some of the players at state and national level. So the fundamentals concentration at the grassroots level is a must in the field of physical education and sports. Net feature of fitness testing. Feature of fitness testing. Manikandan, Dr. Manikandan,
Sir, சொல்லுங்க சார்.
am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Okay, time is there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, I can take 5 more minutes. I'll complete.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. You can continue.
See, do we have any fitness testing at our national level? There's some of the tests we had, but it's not been in existence now. Existed, not in the existence now. We should have. And appointments, already we have discussed. Sports appointment is a challenge one. We should have a slab category wise. Category wise. Once if an athlete, a player achieves in the state level, he should be given a club post in the government sector at least. So this is a greatest motivation instead of awarding crores of rupees in very many ways. Our Tamil Nadu government has enhanced the cash award to 3 crores and inter-university, all India, everything they have enhanced. And also 3% sports appointment also is given. What level? What is the slab they have fixed for it? Is it in existence? So this also to be placed before the appropriate authorities. Then as a application of technology, see, it's a day by day technology is getting changed. Are we updated? Are we apply? Do we apply? So do we have facilities, resources to update ourselves? So technological, for example, nowadays the science in sports. We deal very many conferences sequentially are being conducted, particularly during this pandemic period. So I hope that those submission reports of those conferences would have fetched more awareness among the society, authorities, and government people. The application of science in sports is very much required at present. I need not to discuss again. I given a simple example. Simple example while running on the curve. So how far you are leaning? What is the appropriate angle? 14 to 19 degrees you have to angle towards your left to nullify the force. They're basically science, sir. Basically science. So are we apply all these science each and every moment? So we must educate ourselves basically. Then we must educate to our wards, to our sportsmen and physical educationists. This is also a now a greatest demand or challenge at physically among physical educationists and coaches, those who are dealing with sports. And this is also pointed out by our former Vice Chancellor. It's a challenge one only. Participation of corporate sectors in sports. Sorry, spelling mistake. Sport is here. Sports. All those private sectors to participate in the promotion of sports activities. Dear friends, there is a provision for them, CSR, corporate social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility. Under that scheme, 2% of entire transactions should be converted into social development. Each, for example, MRF, Apollo tires. So they should transfer, they should convert this 2% of entire amount of transaction of their company, that sector, into social responsibility. So that scheme exists. So they should come forward and we should also approach them to involve them into promotion of physical education and sports. Once, so almost all the countries, the role of corporate sector, the private sectors are encouraged, they are appreciably they involved with the sports uh, participation in promotion of sports activities, development of infrastructure, development of research, everything. In all those aspects, the corporate sector, the private sector, they involve themselves. And scientific analysis is a challenging one. How do you choose a student for football now? Manikandan can answer me. How do you choose a student at the age of 15 for a kabaddi? How do you choose a student for pole vault at the age of 15? What basis you are choosing them? On what basis of what analysis basis you are choosing them? No basis, nothing. See, at the age of 15, so we should go for that is total analysis, kinematic analysis, that is with use of isokinetic, including all parameters. Based on those all parameters, we should classify them. It is purely lacking. It's a greatest challenge at our hand. Greatest, including now, we know the fast twitch muscle fiber, slow twitch muscle fiber. And now, type 1, type 2, the fast twitch muscle fiber still is being classified, slow twitch muscle fiber still is being classified into two, type A, type 2. One suit for middle distance, another suit for long distance. So how we are going to choose an athlete for long distance sprinting events? So do we have any scientific analysis at our hand? So we should incorporate. We should develop such a way the syllabus. We should develop infrastructure facilities such a way. So based on the analysis, if we divide them in for different sport, so we can succeed. One day or other we'll succeed. Some of the aspects, just I'm touching. Some of the aspect I'm placing before you. Manikandan, I'll take 5 more minutes. I won't take much more minutes. Okay. Just 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Right? See, we have got legislation for almost all the sectors, fields in our country. We do not have the legislation for sports participation at our country. This is what I delivered in the Madurai Kamaraj University interaction also. It should be the sports participation should be made as legislation. Japanese, they are made as doing physical exercise is one among the human rights. Dear friends, Japanese government, they have made physical exercise is the one among the human rights. Why don't we make at least legislation for sports participation? We have legislation for sports, etc., etc. Everything is in proper way. They are functioning. Government is doing now. Particularly now, the central government is doing extraordinarily by inducting Hello India scheme for various levels, by infrastructure, research, and everything they are doing well. But what about sports participation? Do we have any legislation? Do you have any compulsion? Do you have any criteria? Do you have any stipulation? No. Why don't we think of this legislation for sports participation for the citizen? Each citizen of our country, they should be applicable to each citizen of our country. Sports legislation for participation. I'm not talking about legislation for sports. Don't put me in critical situation. I am discussing only sports participation. We should have some legislation. We should have some compulsion. Then we can bring out as of mass participation. Mass participation will automatically, you are going to make it as compulsory. That's all. Then, so do we have any monetary council for physical education and sports except NCTE? NCTE, Association of Indian Universities, is not monitoring council. It's the organizing council which governs the conduct of inter-university competitions. So we do not have any monetary council for physical education for the promotion. NCT is a council which gives a recognition, which regulates the etc. etc. But see, for the promotion and development of physical education, do we have any council? At either state level or national level? No. For sports? No. Different sports governing bodies are exist. Federation, Football Federation, Indian Hockey Federation, the federations are exist. So do we have any national monetary council for physical education and sports? So we have to establish, at least at the state level. And one more issue, and kindly support me in this point. Public Service Commission. Public Service Commission. So now, as I told you, our subject is given to TNPESU. By through examination only our people are getting selected. But do we have any separate subject for physical education as optional subject, major subject for competitive examination anywhere? Anywhere, in state and national level. Why don't every subjects are given due recognition for writing competitive examination? Why don't our degree, our course, our education curriculum is not being considered as the core subject? So this is my suggestion. Again and again, I will not deviate from my point. These are all my views, not implementation, suggestion, discussion. So I will not take it granted into my side. Okay. So why don't we try to make our physical education subject as core subject for competitive examination? Just my submission. Just my submission. Then National Sports Laboratory. So we have got the different science laboratory at state level, national level. For each department, they have got national level research laboratories. You might have come across CSR, ISR, very many national research laboratories exist. Do we have any national level sports research laboratory? We should have. We should have for scientific analysis to apply technology in sports. So why don't we have that laboratory national level? So even microbiology, biochemistry, physics, chemistry, at every field they have got their own laboratory at national level, but except physical education and sports. Except physical education and sports. So I once again request our Honorable Vice Chancellor to kindly consider these. You can suggest whenever it is possible to the authorities and governments to consider this point. Then sports data. Do we have the sports men and women data, event-wise, year-wise, performance-wise, achievement-wise? No. If you want to take the sportsman data performance for 50 years or 25 years, we need to run here and there. We need to move here and there. We need to establish a sports data at national level and state level, as well as injury level. How many sportsmen are injured by this problem, this injury? How many sportsmen are recovered by rehabilitation? How many sports persons have again performed after major injury? We do not have any such specific data. We have established such data centers in the state level, national level. So that's why I have given rehabilitation centers. Rehabilitation centers, we need to establish national level. So this data to be maintained. Injured, see, that is dropout in sports due to injury. So dropout in sports due to poverty, dropout in sports due to very many social conditions. Do we have any data over this? So far, I think that we do not have. Sometimes some of the states, some of the forums may have this. So if we can initiate with our Tamil Nadu state, then rehabilitation policy dropped in sports. See, government is drafting very many policies in sports. On what basis they draft those policies? What basis they draft such policies? So what I want to suggest is, for example, Bharatiyar University, Tamil Nadu. In Tamil Nadu, there are 21 universities. In 21 universities, what are the infrastructure facilities available? In the Tamil Nadu state, what are the potential area? What are the areas they are best? And based on infrastructure facility resources available. For example, manpower, in sports. So based on all these factors, components, the government should draft the sports policy depending upon the regional wise. Cannot be, the draft policy should not be common for almost all the region, all the sectors. For example, in Tamil Nadu, there is a village nearby Vellore. They are completely power lifters. In Tamil Nadu is meant for sprinters, volleyball, basketball, for example, I'm saying. So the draft policy for Tamil Nadu should be made based on this infrastructure, manpower, resources available so that we can excel. So the other policies cannot be applied. So such a way the policy draft should be in sports should be based on all these by considering all this. And why don't we institute awards for sports promoters, individuals, private sectors, those companies are promoting sports, individuals are promoting sports by sponsoring, by very many ways. You institute an award for such angles. So still you will get more involvement in the private sectors for the improvement of physical education and sports. And finally, long-term plan. So for example, I can give you Japan and South Korea hosted World Cup once, 2002 it seems. South Korea qualified for semi-finals, and the government of South Korea terminated the remaining army's training for that squad players, football players who participated in the World Cup. So they completely, they have given under army with long-term plan. We do not have any long-term plan. We do not have even yearly plan for our university athletes, state athletes, Indian athletes, school athletes. So we need to have a long-term plan. It's a long time bending challenges at our hand. So we do not have, I don't think that whether we don't have time or we don't have money or we don't have facilities, I do not terminalize it. I can't terminalize it, but still it is lacking. It's a greatest challenge at our hand. We need to have a long-term plan, particularly in sport. That only we can establish. See, for Chinese 2000, the contingent which was fielded in the 2008 Olympics, no member except that Adler, who created a record, is in the 2012 Olympics, London Olympics. 2008 Olympics, Chinese contingent, fielded Chinese contingent for 2008 Olympics, except that Adler, none was there in the 2012 Olympics. See their long-term plan, see their schedule, their contingent. Such a way we do not have such a long-term plan. So with time bound, I have taken 15 minutes more. Sorry, Dr. Manikandan. With these few views of discussion over the issues and challenges, with my little experience and knowledge, so I shared some of my thoughts. If any of these views contradicts you, kindly excuse me, kindly don't take it otherwise. And this is what I want to discuss today. So with these few words, I once again thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor of Sports University, Dr. Sheila Stephen, and my friend Dr. Gopinath, Registrar of University, Dr. Manikandan, the young and dynamic head of the Department of Sports University Physical Education, my friend Dr. Thirmalai Kumar, Rajesh Kumar, Dr. Lachman, who has delivered a wonderful introduction on me. Since he is my student, he knows me as given elaborate introduction. And I thank all of you for having given me this. And if we try to discuss and implement the point discussed so far, we could be able to succeed at least 50%. A day will come for us also to stand and compete in the international arena, being a physical educationist. The day is not too far. We'll achieve it. And thank you very much. Thank you. All the best, Dr. Manikandan. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Over to Professor Dr. S. Thirmalai Kumar, sir.
Thank you, Dr. K. Murugavel, sir, the Professor and Head, Department of Bharatiyar University. Now it's time to go for the question answer session. Sir, there are few questions in the chat box. Shall I ask the questions from the chat box, sir?
Okay, proceed already. Okay.
Yes, sir. Only two questions are there in the chat box.
No problem.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. The first question is from Dr. G. Kumaresan from Bharatiyar University. What are the change and promoting sports because of poor human resource, ethics, irresponsible corruption, malpractices, and paid appointments? Sir, your view on this question? It is from the Dr. Kumaresan from Bharatiyar University.
Is a very good question, Dr. Kumaresan. So we used to discuss this question, the issue, whenever we meet personally. All these questions are being discussed under the nepotism. Nepotism, already we have discussed, Dr. Kumaresan. Everything exists. We should come out of those, that nepotism, to answer all those questions. There should be an ethics. Human resource should be taken care of. I have told already to the grassroots level. That requires very many people's role, including media, including community, to overcome that constraint of human resources, particularly poverty. I have discussed on this. Due to poverty, many of our outstanding sportsmen and women are getting dropout, or they are refraining themselves from the participation in sports. So all those come in within the nepotism as well as in the accountability and the accountability. Okay.
Sir is able to give a lecture on the issues and managing by his real experience and from the bottom of his heart. He has given some of the points, the challenges, issues, and some of the suggestions to solve the issues. The second question is from Mr. Haris Babu K. What is your opinion about the appointments of qualified coaches in physical education departments in universities to handle practical sessions for physical education students?
It's being discussed by very many people. See, many of the universities, particularly in Kerala, they had the coaches for different disciplines. Now there also it's been stopped now. It's a correct question at right time. Almost all the universities should have the coaches for different disciplines so that they could achieve in their respective fields. It's a good suggestion if we can add with these challenges also in this discussion. We need to have coaches for each discipline at the university level. So only director of physical education cannot have all resources at his hands. So with the availability of coaches, particularly Victor Manjula, Usman Goya, the Kerala universities, those days they could able to discharge, they could able to achieve the All India level only because of their support. So if you have coaches at the university level for different disciplines, different games, the university sports will come up. Sure, I also accept with you, admit with you this suggestion. So this can be brought to the notice of the government and university authorities.
Thank you, sir, for your patient listening and answering all the questions. Now over to Dr. Rajesh Kumar for the official vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your resourceful lecture. For your lecture, we are able to understand the practical day-to-day issues in our physical education and sports. The role of advocacy to solve the issues and to reach the objectives of education and physical education. For his bottom of his heart, sir, explain the disparity in UGC regulation for the physical education professionals. Sir also explained the need for equity and equality in our field. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your wonderful speech, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Tirumala Kumar, thank you very much. Congratulations. All the best. Manigandan, congratulations. All the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable presence here.
Thank you, Pa. Thank you, Pa.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Dear participants, day 1 is over now. We will meet you tomorrow morning. Kindly join us tomorrow by 9:50 a.m. Thank you. Signing off from you, Dr. K. Rajesh Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Physical Education, Tamil Nadu Physical Education Sports University. Thank you.
Ali, sir?
Yes.
Sir, irukangala?
Yes, yes.
Sir, irukanga. Sorry. Already we are expecting. Some Murugal sir irukanga. Na actually expect
Okay. Sir, respected resource person, sir, Professor Dr. K. Murugavel, sir, on behalf of the organizing committee, we are very much pleased to submit and issue the certificate, e-certificate, to our resource person for the wonderful lecture on latest issues and challenges in physical education. I request you to kindly accept the e-certificate for your wonderful presence and the deliberations in this faculty development program. Sir, please. Dear participants, the first day program is over now, and we will hope we will join you tomorrow by 9:50 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Madam, we can wind up the session.